closer than them all. They are lights, oh, but you're greater than them all. We are walking in the light. It's walking in the light. Just for a show. Oh, oh.
Welcome to Walking in the Light Diaspora Show. I am your host, Seda Gaomi. With me is one beautiful, lovely, gentle, amazing lady from Zaxxon, and I'll let her introduce herself. Karibu.
Thank you, Seda. Asante sana for inviting me into your show. I really appreciate it and I'm so honored. Well, my name is Milka Oromo. I'm from Kenya. And I live here in Zaxxon, in Chemnitz, but it's around outside of Chemnitz, 20 kilometers away from Chemnitz. And this is me.
Great.
More, I think, you will know as we go further.
Yeah. So, Milka, what was your pathway to Germany?
My pathway to Germany started right back in 2002. I remember my mom came to school to visit me. And she told me that there's a friend of hers, her daughter, just flew to Germany. And she went as an exchange program. So she asked me, what do you want to do when you finish school? And you know, during that time, you're just a teenager, you don't know what you really want. You only have idea of these fancy careers. Oh, mom, I just want to be an air hostess. I want to be a stewardess. I didn't even know what a stewardess is. I just loved the word stewardess. But that is how my journey started. So after high school, I applied for the au pair program, and I came to Germany through au pair.
Wow. So most people don't understand what is au pair. Can you define it?
Au pair is an exchange program because you come to Germany and they tell you in exchange you get some pocket money and they take you to school. So you come to Germany, you help the family with the children, and then they take you to a language school. So it is an exchange program.
Okay, wow. So what was your transition from this au pair, which is the exchange program, to who you are right now?
Wow, it's a milestone. You know, I came as an au pair, and after I stayed with the family for 2 years. So after the 1 year, the family requested me if I can stay again. And then the family was good. You know, I really had a good family. And they paid my language school. They signed my Verpflichtungserklärung. For those who don't know Verpflichtungserklärung, if you want to study in Germany, you need somebody who is responsible for you, who can sign something that during your stay in Germany, they are responsible. So this the German word is Verpflichtungserklärung. So that is what the family did. They signed for me the Verpflichtungserklärung, and after the au pair, I stayed with them for another 1 year. So I did the intensive language course.
Okay.
And after the language course, then I went to student colleague. And after student colleague, then I joined the university.
Okay. So basically one needs a guarantor.
Yes.
Great. So when you did the language course, that is when you mastered your German language.
Exactly. During the au pair, I did the language, but you know, the language I did during au pair was not enough.
Yeah.
So after the 1 year au pair, I had to start afresh. So with the grammar, because now I had this mentality, I'm finishing and I'm going to the university. And you know, they need a certain mean grade. It was B1 or B2.
Okay.
I'm not so sure. So I had to now do the grammar and, you know, intensive and get the grammar correctly.
Yeah, for the studies, I know they normally need a C2 or a C1.
But it's a B2.
B2. B2?
Yeah.
Okay. Because for the Ausbildung, they only need a B1.
All right. Okay.
So basically, how did you finance your studies? Was it easy for you?
No. That was not easy. Because I was, you know the Lebkuchen? Because I studied in Munich, in Nuremberg. And in Nuremberg, everybody knows the Nuremberger Lebkuchen.
Yeah.
It's a factory that manufactures the cakes, Christmas cakes. So I was working in that factory, and I was paying my rent, and also I worked as in Aund Hotel. In Aund Hotel, I could prepare breakfast. That means I wake up in the morning, go to Aund Hotel, prepare the breakfast, and then afterwards go for classes here and there. So one thing about my classes, sometimes you could attend, some you could just study at home. And I was that student who mostly I was studying at home.
Wow, that's great. Then you had a lot of time to go to work and study.
But I tell you, after work you're tired. Maybe after sleeping. Normally I go to work. This is how it was. I used to wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, sleep, eat, then study.
Wow. So you after the studies, how did you get your job? Was it easy for you to get your visa extension, or how was the transition like? What was the process of getting your visa?
Okay, when you're studying, you have the studium visa, and then normally after the studium, they give you 1.5 years, 1.5 years to look for a job. So they change your visa. And after the 1.5 years, when you have a job, they change it again to Arbeitsvisum.
Okay, someone doesn't know what Arbeitsvisum is.
So that is, all right. During the study, that one you understood. You have the studying visa, Aufenthalts, it's called here. Then after the studies, they give you 1.5 years to look for a job, which I think it's fair.
Wow, 1.5.
1.5 years.
That's quite fair because for like maybe you're doing a transition from Bufti or volunteer year, they used to give us only 6 months, which was quite short. Before you get it, you're out of the system.
That's true.
Yeah, so I think the study is more fair.
Yeah, 1.5 years, and during this time you can decide what to do. You can say you can do practicum, and you can. And normally after the practicum, most companies they absorb you, or maybe you can do vet student, and then you apply there in the company you're working for. So after 1.5 years, they change you. When you now have a job, they change your Aufenthalts or visa to a work visa.
Wow. So did you get your job immediately after studies?
No. I didn't get my job immediately after studies. I got it, I think, something to do with the 8th month there. 8th, 9th month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was long.
That was long.
And you were doing your applications.
I was doing my applications.
Yeah.
And one thing that is really demoralizing during the application process is the absence or rejection. So it can even lead you to depression. So, but I was doing a lot of applications and getting rejected.
Oh yes.
But it only took one company to take a yes. Yeah, and that was it.
And so now you have your job. You now like in the what you call the job system, or how do you call it? Yeah. I mean, how do you manage your work, husband, child? Yeah, how do you balance?
When I got a job, I was still single. So
single and not searching, or we were single and searching?
I was single and not searching.
Oh yeah, independent woman, huh?
Yeah. So, but it took. Okay, I worked for a long time, and all those times I was mostly single.
Okay.
So I didn't have to balance the question of work, husband, child.
Okay, great.
Until recently, let me say, it's not even up to 1 year that now I moved now to my husband, and then we got a baby. And then I paused the career, and now I'm in Elton site. Elton site, maternity leave.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm taking care of my child, but my husband is working. Okay. So after he's finished with his work, he helps me with the baby.
Oh,
So
great.
in that case, we balance.
Well, that's really nice. So we were losing so many people into depression, many immigrants. Yeah, they're tied down, they're in psychiatric hospitals because of documents. How can they get out of this?
You know, Stella, when you leave the country to come to a foreign land, you must have a goal. So, and that is most immigrants, they don't know what they want. So, I give you an example in the autobahn.
Yeah.
You're driving, you're on the highway, you have the steering. It is you. If you sleep on the steering, it is your life.
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
So once you step here, it is your life. Once you're on your pair, you have to know what next. What do I want to do after au pair? So if you don't know what you want to do, and the time elapses, then you get out of the system.
Yeah.
That is where the stress comes up. But if you know what you want to do, and I tell you even how difficult it is, you will do it.
You'll do it.
You will do it. Because I have friends, I have acquaintances who came and they didn't know what to do, but they had a goal. I want that. And they got it.
Wow, amazing.
And talking about depression, because when you get out of the system, that's what leads you to depression.
That's true.
But if you have the right circle, you have people to talk to. Because in depression, if you sink it in alone, you can go mental. That is when you go for psychiatrist hospitals, they give you medications and injections, and they,
they
you go
blow
crazy. So with depression, you have to have the right circle. You have to identify the right person to talk to, because you cannot also talk to every Tom, Dick, Harry. So you have to have the right person to talk to. That's my best friend. That's the person I want to talk to.
Okay.
And they can also help you, even because when you talk about your situation, someone will have an idea. Okay, in this area you can do this and this and this. In this area, I know this and this person. And that you heal. But when you are depressed, you don't know what to do.
Great. So many don't have good circles because we know a lot of backlash, slander. Maybe someone will tell you, hey, come, I'll help you. Then they change. Then you begin to tell everyone your story. How can someone go about that? I mean,
not knowing the right circle. Okay, good. And that is why there are people who are coming right now. They have it very easy, very easy, because there is like the organizations, the Kenya women in Germany. You can write to one of the admins who can guide you. Okay. And I believe they are very genuine people. They are people you can trust. So if you can talk to one of them, you tell them your problem, they put it on their page as anonymous. You will get help.
So what are those pages? Maybe someone wants to know they have a problem, maybe they need someone to help them sign a document. Maybe they want to extend their visa. They're in this dilemma. Who can they contact?
I can refer the Kenyan women in Germany. They are very good admins. I know some of them, like Nelly. And one thing about Kenyan women in Germany, they have teams. Wow. There is others that deals with domestic violence. Others just deal with education. Others just deals with child care. Wow. So you can approach them and then put your situation, and they refer you to one of their their groups.
Wow. That's so great, because we call that here luxus. We didn't have that.
We didn't have that when we were coming.
It was difficult. So we have dysfunctional families, many broken families. Many people who live single. What is the reason and what can be done
with the broken families?
Yes.
Walking in the light with the Lord on my side, I don't fear no evil with the Lord on my side. You're the fountain of life. In you we see light in your light. We have hope in your light. My light shines. Death cannot defeat us. Depression cannot